Hey everybody, how's it going? In today's video, let's have a quick look at an exclusive series featuring Bugatti Centodieci. Alright, so this car currently, there's a limited series going on, but I am not going to make a separate overview video for that series because as it turns out, except for the rewards, everything else, like every event, is identical to the last time in season 4 when we had the limited series featuring Centodieci. So, if you're interested, check that video playlist because it's going to be the more or less the identical event. Only difference being this time there's 60 gold payout as opposed to 100 gold payout that we had last time. But other than that, there really isn't that much of a difference. So, yeah. In fact, I'll have the link to that original limited series playthrough in the description of this video down below. So, if you're interested in that one, in the limited series, check that out. But that's not for what this video is about. We're gonna look at the exclusive series featuring this car, which means you have to fully max out this car. And fully upgrading this car is gonna cost you some 1650 gold. So kind of like Devo, right? Pretty pricey car. It's 900 gold worth, but if you don't own it, limited series does allow you to get it for cheaper, 550 gold, plus you end up with a car with 21 upgrades already on board. So that means if you win the car through limited series, then you only have to spend 1100 more gold to unlock this exclusive series if you're in a hurry. But if you can be patient, then I would say wait for upgrade discount. They do come around. So that's how I got this car fully maxed out and unlocked the exclusive series in my account. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what we've got in this exclusive series. All right. Experience Bugatti Centodieci, a masterpiece honoring a legacy. Right. So, yeah, this exclusive series, little peculiar. Not bad. Not bad. So first of all, there's 150 gold rewards. So that's just, once again, as I mentioned in the previous exclusive series videos before, that's a little less than like 10% return in investment in terms of gold that you have to spend to unlock this car, right? It costs 1650 gold and you get 150 back. So yeah, you're not nowhere near coming out, even not even coming out breaking even. So that's out of the question. But yeah, that's the reward. 250,000 racing dollars is 100% completion rewards in terms of racing dollars. It's a 20 tier, as you can see, exclusive series, the usual. So 54 events total, meaning 51 trophy events plus 3 time trials. And let's see. In terms of rewards, the first 25% completion would require you to complete 14 events. And then that pays out 15 gold, 30,000 racing dollars. And 50% completion requires you to complete 27 events. So that's gonna, and that's gonna pay out additional 25 gold and 50,000 racing dollars. And 75% completion requires you to complete 41 events, and that will pay out additional 40 gold and 70,000 racing dollars. And the final 100% completion, of course, requires you to complete all 51 trophy events and all 3 time trials, 54 events total, and that will pay out the remaining 70 gold plus 100,000 racing dollars. Right, and let's see. Now, the actual events. So here's what's peculiar about this exclusive series. We have 0 drag races and 0 hunter. There's none. So they're distributed elsewhere because we still have 54 events total, you know? So yeah, I'm okay with not having to do drag race. Hunter, yeah, I guess if I let go of one single lap event, hunter probably would be the one to let go because you just sit there and wait, you know? So that's fine. So let's go over the breakdown of events by the types. All right, so going in the usual shortest events or shorter events, sub single lap events like autocross and speed snap. So we'll start with autocross. There's 6 of them. All right, so first one you'll find in tier 4, Suzuka East, and second one you find in tier 8 at Melbourne, and the third one in tier 11 at Daytona Motorcycle Course, and then what is that, fourth one in tier 13 at Mount Panorama, and then the fifth one, tier 16 at Spa, and then final autocross, you find it in the final tier 20, taking place at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. And as I said, there are no drag races. So let's go right ahead to speed snaps. We also have 6 speed snaps. So by completing autocross and speed snaps, you got 12 events down. Just need 2 more trophies or 2 time trials after that to claim your first 15 gold and 30,000 racing dollar reward. That's the 25% completion reward, of course. So let's check out the speed snaps. So first instance you find in tier 1 at Spa, and then second instance at tier 3. This one at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, the Brickyard, right? And tier 7 is a third instance, this one at Hockenheim Grand Prix. And it's going to be a night race. Of course it is. And then next, you find in tier 9 at Silverstone National Circuit. And let's see, that's the fourth one, right? And then the fifth instance, you find in tier 14 at Lime Rock Park road course. And the final 6th instance of Speed Snap, you'll find in tier 17 at Melbourne. All right, so those are the all speed snaps and, well, autocrosses as well. Right? And then let's go to the next category of events, the single lap events. We'll talk about time trial elsewhere. Head to head, we got 5 head to heads. All right, starting in tier 2 at Hockenheim National. So pretty quick lap. Second head to head at tier 6, this one at Laguna Seca. And third one, tier 12 at the Brickyard road course, of course. And then the fourth instance, you find in tier 17 at Daytona Motorcycle Course. And the final instance of head-to-head you'll find in tier 19, taking place at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. All right, so those are the 5 head-to-heads. And then speed record is the single lap race because we don't have any hunter. So we have 5 speed hunters as well. So starting in tier 2 at Lime Rock Park road course. And then second instance you find in tier 8 taking place at Catalunya National. And then third instance of speed record at you'll find in tier 12 taking place at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. And then the fourth instance of speed record you'll find in tier 16 taking place at Nürburgring Grand Prix Circuit. And the final instance of speed record you'll find in tier 19 taking place at Monza road course. So those are the 5 speed records. All right, so that does it for single lap aside from time trials. And let's head on over to variables, right? So eliminations and endurance. So once again, we have same number of events on these two categories, 6 events each. So 6 eliminations starting in tier 2. Tier 2. I meant tier 3. This one at Dubai International Circuit, and the second instance, but really, it's elimination. Doesn't really matter where it takes place, right? You still have to stay alive for duration of time. What is that? 2 minutes 40 seconds, right, or something like that. Yeah, second instance, tier 6. You find it, and it's going to be at Suzuka West. And the third instance, you find it in tier. Okay, wait, I messed this up. Third instance, find it in not tier 8, tier 11, right? So that's going to be at Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit. And the next instance of elimination, you'll find in tier 14 at Catalunya Grand Prix. And so that's the fourth instance, right? And then fifth instance of elimination, you find in tier 18, taking place at Laguna Seca. And the final sixth instance of elimination, you find in the final tier, tier 20, taking place at Mount Panorama. And that's going to be a night race. All right, so those are the 6 eliminations, right? 6, 3, third tier, 6th tier, 11th tier, 14th, 18th, 20, right? Just making sure I can count. All right, now the other E events, endurance. All right, we start off at tier 1 at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix circuit. And then next instance, you find in tier 4, this one as Circuit of the Americas National Circuit. And then the third instance, you'll find in tier 7, this one at Monza Road Course. And the fourth instance, you find in tier 9, so pretty close back to back. This one at Hockenheim Grand Prix. And then next one, you find in tier 13 at Porsche Test Track. So one of the easier infinite race circuit, right? The short on-road circuit. You just have to cut through the Centauri, the final corner, right? Then you can pretty much make this infinitely going. Anyway, then the last instance of endurance you find in tier 18 at Spa. So yeah, those are the 6 endurance races. Now let's talk about the time trials. So first instance, as I said, there are 3 time trials. First one, tier 5, of course. This one at Dubai International Circuit. And we're, minute 5-ish if you are the fastest racer in the world. So that sounds about right, of course. That's a Dubai circuit with without the, what do you call that, oval section included. So otherwise it's a full lap, right? All right, and then second instance of time trial is going to be at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, minute 27. Yeah, I was going to say about minute 30. But if you're good, you can bring it in under minute 25. Look at that. That's pretty darn fast. Anyway, and then the third final time trial, you find in tier 15. This one's going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. And as expected, a little bit shorter circuit. So yeah, minute 2 and change at the top of the time trial scoreboard here. So that's pretty impressive. Anyway, now the big events now, the Cup, right? So yeah, I mean, the usual affair. Starts out with lower, shorter Cup races, goes longer as deeper you go in the series, even though this is exclusive series. So you can just kind of bounce around and, take whichever one you want first, right? So for example, if you have like a double fame bonus day, then I would take one of the longer Cup races, or maybe go on an endurance race that you can win, because you have to win to take advantage of the, because I like to hire the agent as well. So make it, instead of double fame, you make it into a quadruple fame, right? So get more out of your race. Yeah. So anyway, Tier 1, we got 3-lap cup race at Nürburgring Grand Prix. So this one pays out 3,500 fame points. And Tier 2, we got the cup at the Porsche test track, long on-road circuit, and it's going to be a 5-lap cup. So this one pays out 4,500 fame points. If you win, you have to win. And of course you have to win. And the next Tier 3, we got Monza Road Course. This is going to be a 4-lap cup. It pays out 4,300 fame points. And then Tier 4, we got cup at Catalunya Grand Prix. And this is going to be a 5-lap cup. So it pays out 5,200 fame points. So yeah, your typical Grand Prix circuit, you can kind of assess like 1,000 fame points per lap, give and take a few, right? And Tier 6, the cup takes place at Mount Panorama, and it's going to be 4 laps, but because it's Mount Panorama, it's going to be closer to 5,000 fame points, but 4,800, pretty close. All right, and then Tier 7, this one takes place at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, another lengthy Grand Prix circuit. 5 laps pays 5,800 fame points. So yeah, pretty decent payout. Not extensively high like for example, Zenvo Aurora Tour exclusive series. That series has some high paying cup races. This one not quite that much, but still not bad. Like for example, Tier 8, this one we got Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course Cup. It's gonna be 6 laps and it pays out 5,000 fame points. So not just up and up and up. All right. Speaking of lower fame payout for a cup race, Tier 9, Laguna Seca Cup. This one's 5 laps, but it's Laguna Seca, pretty short circuit, right? So pays out 4,200 fame points. I really should call this a medium length circuit, not necessarily short, because there are significantly shorter circuits in the game. All right, and then Tier 11. This one, speaking of short circuits, right? Here's a good example. Lime Rock Park, South Circuit. And this one is going to be 7 laps, and it pays out 3,500 fame points. Right. So, yeah. And then Tier 12, we have Cup at Spa. And if you're expecting good payout, yep, it's 6 laps, and 6 laps at Spa will pay you 8,400 fame points for your effort. All right. And Tier 13, this one at Hockenheim National, kind of a shorter circuit, right? I mean, at Hockenheim, that's the medium, right? Generally, national circuits around the world, medium length, right? This one pays out 5,900 fame points for the 7 laps. And, oh wait, come back. You know what? Let's just hop back out and come back in. This is quicker. Where were we? We were at Tier 13, were we? Yes. Tier 14, we got Daytona Road Course Cup. It's going to be 7 laps, and it pays out 7,800 fame points. So the road course, of course, is the longest track variant at Daytona, right? And on to the sort of the final quadrant of this exclusive series, Tier 16. We got Cup at Silverstone Grand Prix, 6 laps, and it pays 7,100 fame points. Kind of a standard bearer, right? Silverstone. And then Tier 17, we got Suzuka Grand Prix. And this one is going to be another lengthy one, 7 laps. And this one pays out 8,400 fame points. Of course, Suzuka being one of the longest Grand Prix circuit, right? And then Tier 18, we got Cup at Melbourne. So that's an odd one, right? It's 8 laps, but it's, it's Melbourne, not terribly long, so it just pays out 5,100 fame points. I know it's not up and up and up, so there's a little dip in your payout, but we come right back in with tier 19. This one, Cup at Dubai Grand Prix, and it's gonna be 8 laps, and that'll pay out 9,300 fame points. So that, I believe, is the highest paying race in terms of fame points and racing dollars, excluding the endurance, because endurance, it depends, right? And then finally, final cup race, tier 20, takes place at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. It's gonna be 9 laps, and the payout will be 8,200 fame points. All right, so that will do it for the overview of this exclusive series. Since I'm not going to make an separate overview video for the limited series that's currently going on. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys found some useful information from this video, and we'll catch up with you guys in the next video. So, stay tuned and take care.